Hamas militants stormed into Israel from the Gaza Strip on October 7th and killed at least 1,400 people, mostly civilians, who were shot or burned to death on day one of the raid. The militants also took over 200 people hostage, including the elderly and young children. Over 5,700 Palestinians, mainly civilians, have been killed in retaliatory Israeli bombardments. Rage is spreading among dueling narrative from Israel and Hamas. Former Hamas chief Khaled Meshal is hitting out at Tel Aviv and calling for neighbors to join the fight against Hamas. Meshal is a powerful figure within Hamas, revered as a living martyr after surviving an Israeli attempt to assassinate him almost 3 decades ago. Speaking to the Saudi-based Al Arabiya news network, he stated Hamas does not target non-combatants, claiming Hamas focuses on occupation forces and soldiers. He said all wars have civilian victims and the militant group is not responsible for those deaths. In one of the first indications that Hamas overreached on October 7th, he claimed it had never planned on killing civilians. Speaking to Sky News, he said, and I quote, "If there was any killing, this was definitely not intended." Meshal also denied claims from Israel that Hamas had adopted new, more brutal tactics. Israel says fighters targeted and deliberately Let me take that again. Israel says fighters targeted and deliberately killed many civilians in Kibbutz region and the music festival near Gaza, where 250 unarmed young people are reported to have been killed. There is abundant video evidence showing unarmed civilians being killed in cold blood from that day. Tel Aviv is going all out to counter Hamas claims of not intending to target Israeli civilians. The bloody events that ignited the war are less subject to dispute, in part because Hamas militants recorded their violent assaults on Israeli civilians and gleefully touted the gruesome killings on social media. Israeli officials are pulling out all the stops to keep the focus on Hamas group's brutalities and are releasing clips of how the horror unfolded. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.